So we come to the fifth section of the middleweight boxing history. So picture of Monzon at the top there after his battle with Rodrigo Valdez. So here we go. August the 19th, 1972. Carlos Monzon beats Tom Boggs from Denmark in the fifth round. Fifth round, referee stops the fight. That was in Copenhagen, Denmark. And then November the 11th, 1972, Carlos Monzon beats Bad Benny Briscoe from the US over 15 rounds on points. Yeah, he went in with Hagler as well, Briscoe, given both tough fights. Then Buenos Aires, Argentina, 15 rounds point decision. And then June 2nd, 1973, Carlos Monzon wins on points over 15 rounds against Emil Griffith. 15 rounds on points, as in Monte Carlo, Monaco. And September the 29th, 1973, Carlos Monzon wins on points over 15 rounds. Wins on points over 15 rounds against Jean-Claude Boutier, Paris, France. Then February the 9th, 1974, Carlos Monzon wins against Jose Napoli. He's in the sixth round by retirement. Jose Napoli's from Cuba. Mantequilla, smooth as batter, his nickname. Again, he retires him in the sixth round in Paris, France. So April 1974, WBC stripped Monzon for failing to defend against an official contender. So this is the WBC part, and he keeps the WBA, Monzon. So WBC, 25th of May 1974, Rodrigo Valdez of Colombia wins in the seventh round by KO against Bad Benny Briscoe from the US in Monte Carlo, Monaco, for the vacant WBC title stripped away from Monzon. And then November the 13th, 1974, Rodrigo Valdez wins the 11th round by KO against Gratin Toner from France. That was in Paris, France. Then May the 31st, 1975, Rodrigo Valdez wins in the 8th round. Referee stops the fight against Ramon Mendez from Argentina in Cali, Colombia. And in August 16th, 1975, Rodrigo Valdez wins on points over 15 rounds against Ruby Robles from Mexico in Cartagena, Colombia. So, May the 28th, 1976, same year as the Montreal Olympics, Rodrigo Valdez, March 28th, 1976, Rodrigo Valdez wins in the fourth round by retirement against Max Cohen from France, and that's in Paris, France. June the 26th, 1976, Carlos Monzon wins over 15 rounds against Rodrigo Valdez to take his title back again. Over 15 rounds on points in Monte Carlo, Monaco. So, the WBA title, October the 5th, 1974, Carlos Monzon wins in the 7th round by KO in the 7th round against Tony Mundine from Australia. That was in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Then June the 30th, 1975, Carlos Monzon wins in the 10th round against Tony Licata by KO. That was in New York. So December the 13th, 1975, Carlos Monzon wins in the 5th round by KO against Gratin Toner in Paris, France, that was. And then June 26th, 1976, Carlos Monzon wins on points over 15 rounds against Rodrigo Valdez. That 15 rounds points over Rodrigo Valdez in Monte Carlo, Monaco. Then the undisputed title, July 30th, 1977. Carlos Monzon wins on points over 15 rounds against Rodrigo Valdez in Monte Carlo, Monaco. August 1977, Carlos Monzon retires. He also went to prison and died. But again, that's another story. So there we go. So let's adjust that a little bit. Yes. So here we go. We've got Rodrigo Valdez wins on points against Bad Benny Briscoe, over 15 rounds on points, and Campione d'Italia in Italy for the vacant title. And then you've got November the 5th, 1977, Rodrigo Valdez beat, we've already gone that, Benny Briscoe in Campione d'Italia. Then we got 22nd of April 1978, Hugo Corro from Argentina wins on points over 15 rounds against Rodrigo Valdez in Buenos Aires, Argentina. August the 5th, 1978, Hugo Corro wins on points over Ronnie Harris from the US in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Then November the 11th, 1978, Hugo Corro wins on points over 15 rounds against Rodrigo Valdez. That's in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Then August 90, where are we? So again, August 5th, 1978, Hugo Corro beats Ronnie Harris of the US in 15 rounds on points in Buenos Aires. And then we go to November 11th, 1978, Hugo Corro wins on points over 15 rounds over Rodrigo Valdez in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Then June the 30th, 1979, Vito Ontifermo from Italy wins on points over 15 rounds against Hugo Corro from Argentina in Monte Carlo, Monaco. Then, this November 30th, 1979, Vito Ontifermo draws against Marvin Hagler, the US in Las Vegas, over 15 rounds. Then Alan Minter from Crawley, England, on March 16th, 1980. Alan Minter from Crawley, England wins on points over 15 rounds against Vito Ontifermo, and that was in Las Vegas. Also when Vito Ontifermo, I'm going to say his name, Ontifermo fought Hagler, it was in Las Vegas. And then May the 28th, 1980, Alan Minter wins in the 8th round against Vito Ontifermo by retirement in the 8th round at Wembley, England. Then September the 27th, 1980, Marvin Hagler wins in the 3rd round. Referee stops the fight against Alan Minter in Wembley, England. He had to be ushered out and protected because there was a lot of violence. Quite a forgettable day really for English boxing, sport and fans, etc. But anyway, I digress. So, January 17th, 1981, Marvin Hagler wins in the 8th round against Fulgencio Albalmagias from Venezuela in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, June the 13th, 1981, Marvin Hagler wins in the 4th round by retirement against Vito Ontifermo. And then Marvin Hagler so October the 3rd, 1981, Marvin Hagler wins the 11th round by referee stopping the fight against Mustafa Hamsho. Syria, I think that's Syria, I didn't realise he was from Syria. I'm sure that's Syria. and that was in Rosemont, Illinois. So we got March the 7th, 1982. Marvin Hagler blows away William Caveman Lee in the first round. Referee stops the fight in the first round. And from the US, William Caveman Lee, and that's Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then October 31st, 1982, Marvin Hagler wins for the second time against Fulgencio Obamajas. He stops Obamajas in the fifth round. Referee stops the fight in San Remo in Italy. And then October 11th, 1983, Marvin Hagler wins. Referee stops the fight in the sixth round against Tony Simpson of England. That's in Worcester. Remember seeing that fight. And then May 27th, 1983, Marvin Hagler wins in the fourth round by KO against Wilfred Scipion in the US in Providence. And then November the 10th, 1983, Marvin Hagler beats ex-lightweight champion Roberto Duran, and middle champion Roberto Duran over 15 rounds on points. Roberto Duran from Panama in Las Vegas, Nevada. That was a real good fight. That was real good in-fighting fight, real skillful fight, great fight to watch. Really brilliant, skilled boxing match as well. It's been a good pace. So March the 30th, 1984. Marvin Hagler wins in the 10th round. Referee stops the fight against John Domingo Roldan in Argentina, in Las Vegas. Again, they do say that was the only time Hagler was put down, but it looked more like a slip to me. But yeah, so then again, here we go. So October 19th, 1984, Marvin Hagler wins again against Mustafa Humpsho, and that was in the third round. Referee stops the fight in New York. Then April the 15th, 1985, Marvin Hagler is in that classic war over 3 rounds with Thomas Hearns getting cut and coming out to stop Thomas Hearns. Referee stops the fight in Las Vegas, obviously that. And then March the 10th, 1986, Marvin Hagler wins by KO in the 11th round against John the Beast Mugabe from Uganda. Had a complete 26 fights, 26 win, 26 inside the distance from Mugabe then. Fights Hagler. I always thought the only thing he did wrong was annoy Hagler at the end of the round by punching him at the end of the round. But again, he seemed to annoy him and he come out and stopped him. So I think he would have gone for the points win, but might have been wrong. So that was Las Vegas. And then February 1987, WBA stripped Hagler for his failure to defend against Harold Graham from Sheffield, England. So it's just the WBC and IBF titles now. And on August the 6th, 1987, Sugar Ray Leonard wins on points over 12 rounds against Marvin Hagler in Las Vegas. Remember seeing that classic fight, watched that loads of times. 9th round fight of the year, round of the year, should I say, classic. Yes, again, April 6th, 1987, Sugar Ray Leonard gets his third weight division, wins some points over Marvin Hagler. Third division world weights title, over 12 rounds points decision. April 1987, IBF vacated the title because they felt unable to recognise Leonard as the champion. So, gotta change this over here. So, here we go. And yeah, in June, Leonard relinquishes the WBC title, leaving all versions titles vacant. He went up to fight Donnie Lalonde and Thomas Hearns, but he fought Donnie Lalonde for another 2 straps of world titles of different weight divisions. So he had 5. But anyway, I digress. So IBF title, October the 10th, 1987. Frank Tate, the US Olympian, wins on points over Michael Alejade from Canada. I remember him really building up at Alejade, but Thomas Tate beat him there. Over 15 rounds on points in Las Vegas, Nevada for the vacant title. Then February the 7th, 1988, Frank Tate beats Tony Simpson from England by KO in the 10th round in Stafford, England. Remember seeing that. July the 28th, 1988, Michael second to none beats Frank Tate in the 9th round. Referee stops the fight. That's in Las Vegas, Nevada. November the 4th, 1988, Michael Nunn wins in the 8th round by KO against John Domingo Roldan in Las Vegas. Then March 25th, 1989, Michael Nunn wins in the 1st round against Sambo Kalambi, ex-Sugar Leonard opponent at light middle, and Harold Graham opponent. Michael Nunn beats Sambo Kalambi in the 1st round from Zaire. Then he he fought for a few different countries, Kalambi, but again, 1 round KO in Las Vegas there against Michael Nunn. Then August the 14th, 1989, Michael Nunn wins on points over Aaron the Blade Barkley over 12 rounds. Barkley from the US. That was in Reno, Nevada. And then April the 14th, 1990, Michael Nunn wins on points over Marlon Starlin over 12 rounds. Starlin beating Hunnigan at welter from Hartford, Connecticut. That was in Las Vegas, Nevada there. Then October the 18th, 1990, Michael second to none beats Donald the Cobra Curry in the 10th round. Referee stops the fight in Paris, France. Now, Michael Nunn being a great fighter, but along comes another great fighter. May the 10th, 1991, still not retired now, I don't think. James Toney wins in the 11th round. Referee stops the fight against Michael Nunn in Davenport. So, June the 29th, 1991, James Toney wins on points over 12 rounds against Reggie Johnson from the US in Las Vegas, Nevada. In October the 12th, 1991, James Toney wins in the 4th round. Referee stops the fight against Francisco Dell'Aquila from Italy in Monte Carlo, Monaco. Then December 13th, 1991, James Toney drew with a body snatcher, Michael McCallan from Jamaica, Atlantic City, New Jersey. That was a beautiful, again, all them fights with Toney, classic skill fight, again, real beautiful, purist boxing really, with pressure fighting, etc., and slipping. But anyway, I digress. So February the 8th, 1992, James Toney wins on points over 12 rounds against Dave Tiberi from the US in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then August the 29th, 1992, James Toney wins on points, this time against Michael McCallum, the body snatcher, in Reno, Nevada. February 1993, James Toney relinquishes the title on becoming the IBF Super Middle champion. I'll leave it there, bang.